Hi, so today it is Wednesday, and I just got done FaceTiming Adelie, Elizabeth, and Alea. So next time, if you guys get a Zoom invite, you can Zoom with us, which means it's just like a FaceTime with lots of people, and you all can talk and see each other. And we read a few pages of Because of Mr. Trupt, and we talked about break, and just let everyone know that I'm making a YouTube channel. We picked a new book, so I'm going to start reading a novel tonight. So we're done with chapter 10, but I want to go over the test with you guys. So I'm going to take a picture of the test, and if you want to pause it and then try the questions on your own and then see me go through it, that would probably be a good idea, just to see if you've learned anything since I've been doing it online. So give me a second. I'm going to take a picture of the page. Okay, so this test is like 4 pages long, so I'm going to do 2 today. Oh, it's 6 pages long. So I'm going to, wait, hold on. It's 6 pages long, so I'll do 3 today. So the first question says, the library is 5 miles from the post office. How many yards away is the library? Just give me 1 second. I don't have my workspace ready. Okay, so I need to think, I'm going to go to another page. 5 miles is how many yards? And I have to think, which is bigger? Well, a mile is bigger, so it's horse to fly, multiply, and I need to figure out what I'm multiplying by. So I need to remember how many yards are in a mile. And if you go back, you should have wrote this down a while ago, and we actually did this when we were in school. But for customary length, there are 1,760 yards in a mile. So I'm going to multiply 5 times 1,760. And technically, I could just multiply by 1,760. I could just multiply 176 and then add that 0. So 1,000, but I'm going to get rid of the 0, times 5. 5 times 6 is 30, carry the 3. 5 times 7 is 35, 36, 37, 38. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 would be 8, add another 0. So your answer is 8,800 is your answer. Next question. Billy made 3 gallons of juice for a picnic. He said that he made 3/4 cup of juice. Explain Billy's mistake. So he said he made 3/4 of a quart. So let's think about that. Let's just see 3 gallons is how many quarts. 3 gallons equals quarts. So if I think of Gallon Kingdom, there are 4 queens in Gallon Kingdom. So if I multiply by 4, I'm going to get 12. So instead of multiplying, he divided, because it said that he got 3/4. So instead of multiplying, you would say he divided. The next question. The drama club is showing a video of their recent play. The video begins at 2:30 p.m. The next showing is at 5:25 p.m. with a half-hour break between things. How long is the video? So what do I know? I know the first show starts at 2:30. The second show starts at 5:25, and there's a half-hour break. So the half-hour break would technically start, if I count, a half hour is 30 minutes, so I'm going to count back 30 minutes, 10, 20, 30. So 5:25 back 10 minutes would be 5:15. 5:15 back 10 minutes would be 5:05. 5:05 back 10 minutes would be 4:55. So the half-hour break is going to start at 4:55. So how long is it from 2:30 to 4:55? Well, if I go up an hour, that's 3:30. If I go up 2 hours, that's 4:30. So 2 hours. And how do I go from 4:35 to 4:55? Well, that would be 20 minutes. So 2 hours and 20 minutes. Let's try it the other way to make sure it makes sense. So if I said the show starts at 2 30. And it goes for 2 hours, which would make it 3:30, 4:30, and 20 minutes, which would make it 4:55 with a half-hour break, which would be 10, 20, 30, which would be 5:05, 5:15, 5:25. That would be when the next movie starts, so that makes sense. And it says, explain how you use the number line to show your answer, and I just explained that. It says in the book, I can work backward from the start of the time showing 5:25. I work back a half hour, which is 30 minutes, which would mean the break would end at 4:55. And then I find the difference between 2:30 and 4:55. Oh, Miss McCoy, somehow I got rid of the bottom page, so let me see if I can find it. Guess I got rid of it, so let me find the next question. So I deleted the question for some reason, but the next part says the second showing started 20 minutes late. Will the next showing be done by 7:45 p.m.? Explain your answer. So we know the next show starts at 5:25. It starts 20 minutes late, which would make it 5:45. We know the show is 2 hours and 20 minutes. So up an hour, 6:45, 7:45. And it still has 20 more minutes, which would be 7:55 would be 10 minutes. 8:05 would be the next showing. So will it be done by 7:45? And the answer is no. Oh, did I say? Oh, it wasn't 20 minutes. It was 25 minutes. Excuse me. So that really technically would make it 8:10. Did I say that earlier? Yeah, from 2:30 to 4:55 would be 2 hours and 25 minutes. I might have said 20 earlier. Excuse me. So 7:45 plus 10 would be 7:55. 7:55 plus 10 would be 8:05, and then that other 5 minutes would make it 8:10. So it's not going to be done before 7:45. Good. Okay, so it says Fred bought liters of liquid laundry detergent, 3,250 milliliters. I'm going to do this on the next page. He bought 3,250 milliliters of fabric softener. Put FS for fabric softener. 2.5 liters of bleach. So then we have to figure out true or false. It says Fred bought 75 millimeters more fabric softener than bleach. So I'm going to have to convert this. And then I have to see if this one is 75 more. So remember, I have to think of King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. This by is grams, liters, or meters. So I'm going from liters to milliliters. So 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. So horse to fly, multiply, and each of those jumps is 10. So 10, 100, 1,000. So I'm multiplying by 1,000, or moving that decimal 1, 2, 3 places. And then those 2 holes I'm putting 2 zeros. So 2,500. Now, it says, is this 75 more than 2,500? This is gonna, 3,250 minus 2,500, 0, 5, can't do that, so that becomes 12. That's 750, not 75. So the answer would be false. The next one says Fred bought 1.75 liters more laundry detergent than bleach. So I'm going to have to make that 3,250 milliliters into liters. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, and I'm going from milliliters to liters, so 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. I'm dividing, because I'm going this way, I'm dividing by 1,000, where I'm taking my decimal place and I'm moving it 1, 2, 3. So I have 3.25 liters. And remember, of bleach, he bought 2.5. So if I subtract, 5 minus 0 is 5, 2 minus 5 can't do, so I'm going to borrow 12 minus 5 is 7. So it says, did he buy 1.75 liters more? No, he bought 75 hundredths more. So that one's going to be false. Some people are going to pick true because they see that 75, but that wasn't correct. Fred bought 750 millimeters more fabric softener than bleach. I feel like I just did that. Let's look. Oh, I can't. Maybe I can't go back on that. It's not going to. Maybe it will. Let's see. I feel like we did that one. Oh, look, we did that. And we got 750. So that would be true. Fred bought 150 millimeters more of laundry detergent than bleach. We said that was not true because it was 0.75. Fred bought 0.75 millimeters more, so that is true. A male hippopotamus can weigh up to 10,000 pounds. How many tons is 10,000 pounds? Let's just draw this. So I'm going to make each one of these a pound. 1,000 pounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if each of those relates to 1,000 pounds, it takes 2,000 pounds to make a ton. And those would go together. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tons. So the answer is going to be 5 tons. Amar and his friends went to a movie at 4:45 p.m. The movie ended at 6:20. How long was the movie? So it says, select objects that hold the same amount of liquid as a 96 fluid ounce jug. So, 96 fluid ounces, and this one says 3 1-quart bottles. So, 96 fluid ounces would be how many quarts? Well, I'm going fly to horse, divide of course, and I need to know how many ounces are in a quart. So I have Gallon Kingdom, I have queens. Each queen has a prince and a princess. I'm only going to focus on one of these. Each prince and princess has 2 cats, and each cat is 8 ounces, or drinks 8 ounces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 times 4 would be 32. So there's going to be 32 ounces in a quart. So if I divide 96 divided by 32, I'm going to guess what times 2 gives me ends in a 6. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. So let's try that. 32 times 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 quarts. Does that work? That works. 2 1-quart bottles. Well, we knew it was 3, so that one's not going to work. 2 1-quart bottles and 2 1-pint bottles. So think of that. 2 1-quarts and 2 1-pints. So let's think of Gallon Kingdom. 2 1-quarts will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Would give me 64 ounces, and it says 2 pints. 2 pints is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 32 more ounces. So that would still equal 96. So that one's going to be true. Because it's saying that 1 pints is the same as a quart. 1 quart bottle and 8 fluid ounces. 1 quart and 8 fluid ounces. Oh, I have to reread that. It says 8 ounces. So let's think of this. 8 ounces would be 64. And we know in 1 quart there's 32 ounces, so that's going to be correct. That's going to equal 96. 2 8 ounces, so that would be 16, and 2 1 pints, which would also be 16, so that's not going to give me 96. So it's A, C, and D. Lorena's backpack has a mass of 3,000 grams. What is the mass in kilograms? So 3,000, so King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, and I'm going from grams, because remember this is grams, liters, and meters, to kilograms. So 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. So 3,000 grams is how many kilograms? So I know I'm going fly to horse, divide of course, and I know I'm going to divide by 1,000, or get rid of 3 zeros, so the answer would be 3. Richard walks every day for exercise for a rate of 1 kilometer every 12 minutes. At this rate, how many meters can he walk in 1 hour? Explain how you found your answer. So, first off, let's think of this. If he walks, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. He is walking 1 kilometer in 12 minutes. Well, how many meters is that? Because remember, the base would be grams, meters, and liters. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going this way, or I'm going horse to fly, multiply, and I'm multiplying. There's 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, so that's 1,000. So I'm multiplying by 1,000. 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. So he's going 1,000 meters in 12 minutes. So what was the question? How much can he walk in an hour? So first off, I have to figure out an hour. I'm just going to delete this page. An hour is 60 minutes. And if I divide that by 12, 12 cannot go into 6, but let's count. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, so 5. So if I divide an hour by 12, I'm going to get 5. So I just have to multiply what he can walk times 5. So 1,000 times 5 is 5,000. And here's what it says. 5,000 meters. Since there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, I divided 60 divided by 12 and got 5. Then I multiplied 1 times 5 to find out how many kilometers he walks in an hour. Since there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, I multiplied 5 times 1,000 to convert the meters. So he converted meters second, and I converted it first. Then it says, suppose Richard walks 1 kilometer every 10 minutes. How many meters further can he walk in an hour? So that further means I'm going to have to subtract. So instead of multiplying by 5, I'm going to have to multiply by 6. So 1,000 times 6 would be 6,000. Before he was going 5,000, so it would be 1,000 meters more. And it says 1,000 meters possible. Since there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, I divided 60 divided by 10 and got 6. Then I multiply 1 times 6 to find out how many kilometers he would walk. And then I multiplied by 1,000 because there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So he walks 60 meters in 1 hour at this rate. And I subtracted 6,000 minus 5,000 and equals 1,000. So we're done with all of our conversions for today. Tomorrow we'll have 3 more pages of review, just like the test. So if you want to go back through that, hopefully you tried them on your own before you had listened to me just to see if you got it. But you have to really read that question, because look at this one where it was like 8 ounces. I almost missed that because I just saw 8. So make sure you're really reading, and make sure you're practicing, and you're remembering King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, and horse to fly, multiply, fly to horse, divide, of course. Okay, and Adderley says I'm supposed to tell you guys, like, I have a cool phrase, so I'm going to say, make sure that you like and subscribe. And I think she told me there's something else I'm supposed to say, but like and subscribe if you want to learn. Bye.